In this video we're going to have a look at using modifiers, and this one is the mirror modifier. So if you're building anything that's symmetrical, you don't really want to be building both halves of it, because it's going to take twice as long and there's a chance that it won't be symmetrical. So we'll click on the object, and I'm just going to prepare this object before I put the mirror modifier on. So I'm going to get my loop cut, and I'm going to just cut it, just click with the mouse button, and I'm going to click off, and I've cut it down the middle, down this axis. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to click on all of the faces on that side, and I'm going to press X, and I'm going to delete faces. So I've got half of the object. So now what I'm going to do is go down to this wrench here, and I'm going to go to add modifier, and I'm going to choose mirror. Now we've got different axes to mirror it in, and we want to mirror it in the y-axis. So that's this axis, so we want it mirrored along this way. That's because we've cut it this way. If we'd have cut it the other way, we'd mirror it in the x-axis. So just be aware that the y-axis up here, look, the green one, is pointing in this direction, and that's the direction we want to mirror it. So now we've got this, we can, anything we do to this side, it will automatically do it on the other side. So if I inset a face and extrude, you can see that it's duplicated that. Maybe I want to select this line, and I want to move it in like this. Maybe I want to put a loop cut around the middle. I can do. Maybe I want to grab this vertex and pull it out. So everything you do will be mirrored. Now there are a few things to be aware of with the mirror tool, and if I select this vertex here and I move it here, that's fine, but it's going to create a seam in the model, which we can easily fix, and I'll show you how to fix that another time. But the main problem we can occur is if I move the vertex to the other side. Now we're going to get faces that overlap, and that's more of an issue, and that creates so I don't know if you could see that, this little area here flashing, but that's when two polygons overlap and they occupy the same depth in space, and the render engine of your game is probably going to try and draw both of them, and that's when you get these artifacts and issues. So you really don't want that to happen. So one way to stop that happening is to turn clipping on in the modifier, and now when I do that, it will snap and it won't let me go any further. The downside of having clipping on is now I can't move it again, so just be careful. I'd have to turn it off and then pop it back on again. So clipping is something that you really should be using with the mirror modifier. Once you've completed your model and it's ready for the next steps, you can apply the modifier. Now you can't apply it when you're in edit mode, so you need to click off your object, press tab, and then apply the modifier. So we've used the modifier to successfully mirror an object, and now it's not got the mirror modifier on. We can change it if you wanted to do anything that's not quite symmetrical. So you can mirror it in multiple axes at once, or you can mirror it vertically. Have a go with that. That's the mirror modifier.